How detailed is the Marvel Universe? Detail 1. In Avengers Endgame, we see the original Ant-Man helmet in Hank Pym's office. This is a tribute to the original Ant-Man from the comics. When Captain America travels back in time, he secretly grabs a few extra Pym particles because there aren't enough for the mission. This also explains why in Ant-Man, Hank Pym had a falling out with Howard Stark. He believed Howard had stolen his research and was too proud to admit it. Detail 2. At the beginning of Avengers Endgame, Nebula and Iron Man are playing a game. Nebula wins and finds the game very entertaining. Before this, she had almost never won against Gamora, which is one of the reasons why her body was modified the way it was. Detail 3. In Avengers Infinity War, Tony Stark, wearing his nano suit, struggles for a long time to make even a small scratch on Thanos, which leads to Thanos mocking him. But in Iron Man 2, the villain mentions that perhaps this was always destined to happen.
If you can make God bleed, then people will cease to believe in him.
The fact that Tony would ultimately be the one to wield the Infinity Stones and snap his fingers to end Thanos. Detail 4. In Avengers Age of Ultron, when Scarlet Witch casts illusions on the Avengers, she subtly hints at their futures. Thor sees the fall of Asgard, which happens in Thor Ragnarok, where Hela destroys the city. Captain America sees Peggy Carter asking him to dance. And in Avengers Endgame, Cap travels back to the past and finally dances with Peggy. Tony Stark sees the defeat of all the Avengers. And in Infinity War, Thanos indeed defeats them. Detail 5. Doctor Strange had a car accident that left his hands unable to move as they did before. After becoming the Sorcerer Supreme, many assumed his hands had healed. However, when he hands over the Time Stone to Thanos, it's clear that his hands are still trembling.